Good morning, YouTube. Good evening, YouTube. Good afternoon, YouTube. MetalX87 here, and just want to have a little bit of a discussion on updates. Yes, I've been away from work, or away for work, and I've not really made any videos. I've done a little bit of streaming here and there, but I just want to be able to give an update, say how things are going. Things are going great. Been playing a lot of Overwatch. I just think that's a great game, really fun. Been enjoying it. I don't want to say that it's fresh and new, because it truly isn't in a sense, but I just like the actual gameplay and the classes, and I just like the way that the maps are. I think Blizzard did a very good job in my opinion, and I've been trying to level up. I know it's not Call of Duty, I know it's not Battlefield 4, 3, 5, 6, whatever. It's its own type of game, and it's really enjoyable to have something that's a little bit fresh. Reminds me a lot of Team Fortress, which is refreshing, but again, it has its flaws just like any game, but it has a lot of strong points. So, my big thing today to have this video, or create this video, is that I had a comment come to me there not too long ago, because yes, I play video games, and yes, I make YouTube videos, and yes, I stream, and I enjoy it. Not to say that I have hobbies, but I don't really have hobbies. I just enjoy that I play video games and stream and talk about games. And it was just almost like a shock that, in my age, I'm only 29, that individuals think that video games are just for younger generations. To me, growing up with a regular Nintendo and playing Atari, which I played Atari a little bit later. I think my first experience is when I was 4 years old, and it was used, and then I had regular Nintendo, which we call regular Nintendo, and Super Nintendo. Is that those age groups in the past have now become adults like myself. You work, you play video games, you save up, and you look forward to having different games come out, and you pre-order them. And I just thought it was a little bit awkward that someone would say to me that, don't you feel that you're a little too old to be playing games? And it's just, is that a lack of understanding, or is that they don't understand, or they focus on other hobbies, which is completely fine, and they never got into the video games as an adult? Yes, they played them as kids, but the understanding that at a certain age you need to move on from it. And the way that I look at it is, well, you have adults that play video games. You have the new generation that are being brought up playing video games and wanting to develop video games, just like people in the past that were developing Nintendo games, Atari games, Sony games. And it's adults, I would like to think, adults 18 plus, that are developing these things for our pleasure to play them. It's no different than a movie. Well, do you think you're too old to watch a movie because a lot of times they're fantasy and they don't really predict reality, and you lose yourself in a movie? What's the difference between playing a video game? And it's a shocking question in the sense that there's people that think that, but there's people that play that either A, who gives a hell what other people think, or people like myself where you kind of think, it's like, do people really honestly feel that you can be too old to play a game? If it would be a computer game, a game on an Xbox or a PlayStation, or a game that's on Facebook that's Farmville or Candy Crush, but yet I would think that the average person that plays those games are not the 5, 6, 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds, but adults. It's just that there's a disconnect between video games and age, but there shouldn't be, because if you truly enjoy to play something or experience something or want to talk about something, if that's something that you truly enjoy and that you want to do, then what's the issue? It was just something that it did rub me the wrong way, in the fact that I never explained myself, because I just felt that, well, if I enjoy it, why do I have to explain myself? But yes, here I am making a YouTube video about it, because I just want to have the opportunity to understand what other people are saying, and that if they feel that they've received the same questions, or maybe you have this video game midlife crisis and say, well, geez, now I'm in my 20s, going into my 30s, are video games not for me? Even though you see a video game that might be 18 plus, is that because Well, that's the age group, yes, blood, violence, don't get me wrong. Is that what their target group is? Or are they targeting people that are in that age group of 18 to 25, but not the people that are 25 to 40? I just think that's inaccurate. And I know game companies don't focus on that group per se that are in their early 20s, those hardcore gamers. You can be a hardcore gamer and be 13 years old to 88 years old. I don't know. I just feel that it was just a misconception that video games have this stigma still, even though you see esports now, you see arcades that are basically focusing on Xbox and PlayStation 4, and you have tournaments, and it's not children, or lack of better term, teens that are in those types of forums. It's actually adults that are, again, in their mid-20s, 30s, and even 40s. Some people in their 50s. And I think that's absolutely great. But it's unfortunate that there's someone, I would say, that's my generation that say, oh, you still play video games? As if it's, well, if you play video games, you don't have a good job, you don't have a social life, and you'll never get a relationship, I guess, because there's still this stigma that you're in the basement playing video games 24 hours a day, having no social life unless it's being done on a keyboard with individuals. I just think that was wrong. And I just feel that it doesn't represent gamers that are the people that, yes, we're very vocal as gamers. We let developers know that when we truly enjoy something and when we truly don't enjoy something. And I just feel that I need to kind of speak out and think that I think it's inaccurate. Yes, I do believe that there is a thing that's called a video game midlife crisis. I've definitely felt it myself. That it isn't just because people question me, but you do kind of think about, well, do you truly ever grow out of video games? When I have children, would I think it's acceptable that if they're in their 30s playing video games? And I would like to believe yes, that it is something that it makes you feel intelligent, or it's a social way to express yourself, to get away from the realities of life and just get lost into a different world. And it just makes you feel that it's 100% comfortable to play a game. That, yes, I'm role playing. If it's be no different than an actor playing in his world that's being filmed in cinema than me playing as a person in Overwatch that, or Skyrim or The Witcher, that you really feel that you're that individual and you make choices on what you feel rather than what you think about what the character would do. And it's just a way for us to express ourselves and get lost in the world that's behind us and just be able to enjoy ourselves with a media that adults or possibly young adults have made for us to experience. But again, it's a way that we want to roll it our own story and kind of get away from it. So definitely a little bit of a long video here, don't get me wrong, but that's something that I definitely want to talk about, because I just feel that, well, you're too old to play video games, or you're too old to collect video games, or you're too old to really talk about things. And I just feel it's wrong, and it doesn't make sense. It's just that those types of questions, yes, it's a little bit of ignorance, but maybe it's a little bit of ignorance on my part, because I don't feel that I can explain myself best enough to be able to put them on the same level as what I feel, or maybe it's a little bit of ignorance on their part because they're unable to put me on the same level that they are. Well, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed my rant. I do feel a little bit better that I got this out. I just honestly feel that video games are for everyone, no matter what age, what gender. It's media, it's entertainment for everyone to enjoy. And I just think that that's why we need to enjoy it, because someone's taking the time to develop it. We should be taking the time to enjoy it, critique it, so that if game A turns into game B has everything that we want to have plus more, and that we feel comfortable in our own skin to be able to play it, talk about it, understand it, and that if your family comes over and visit, or you have an Xbox in the house and there's no kids around, they say, well, is that an Xbox One or is that a PlayStation 4? Yeah, well, you play video games? You know what? Yeah, I play video games. I enjoy it. And, hey, if you ever want to come over for an evening and play, I can show you my world for a day and see what I get out of it, because it's quite entertaining and it's quite rewarding to just get away from it all, the life aspects, and just get lost into a world. So, really appreciate you guys watching. Again, that's my rant for the day. But please make a comment. I would like to know how you feel. Am I crazy in feeling this way? Or have you ever had this question asked to you to say that, well, when you turn a certain age, you need to focus on school, employment, and love, but video games are a part of that? I don't think that's correct, but that's just my feeling. So, thanks for watching, guys. Really hope you have a great evening. Please slap a like. Please slap a follow on my Twitch, MetalX87, and please leave me a comment because I really want to understand what you guys think at the end of the day about video games and age. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.